because I want to talk about something very important because of prepping. Now, the month of May, after we get through the 4 pillars of being Grassroots Army Strong, in the month of May, we are doing Prepper Month. And I love prepping. I have been prepping for years. And a lot of people aren't even have enough supplies to get through a week. That's scary, okay? So those of you who know, right? So you have to start somewhere. And I'm going to talk today about an essential item that you must have in your go bag or in your room or your closet, or just having it on hand in case something happens. If the grid goes down for a little bit, or something severe happens, or there's a pause and you can't have access to supplies. And we're going to talk about antibiotics, but I want to talk first about prepping, because when you see a lot of these social media influencers and folks out there who have done this for years, I mean, they're all out. And if that's you, that's awesome, okay? That's great, fantastic. But for a lot of people new to prepping, it can be very overwhelming. You're like, holy cow, where do I begin, okay? So here's my challenge to all of you. If you don't have any supplies, right, or you don't have any prepping materials, start small. Your goal is, let's say, to survive a week. Have enough food and water and supplies for you and your loved ones to get through a week. And after you do a week, you can build upon that. And you say, you know what, let's go for 2 weeks. Let's go for a month. And as you get to a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 6 months. And you can it gets addicting because it gets fun. But it also gets very expensive too with the stuff that you're buying. So what I want to do with Prepping Month, or what I'm going to start doing right now, is kind of direct you to places where you can buy these things where it's not going to break your piggy bank, okay? But we're going to talk today about antibiotics in a company that I support because of Dr. McCullough. Okay, and that is the wellness company. All right, we're going to talk about what I ordered, the wellness company's medical emergency kit, and what comes in that kit. But people are like, well, I go get my supplies here and there, and that's fine. Wherever you can get the supplies, the most cost-effective way, I would strongly encourage you to do this, okay? Because I support the people who have been standing up. You guys know me by now, and I've said this time and time again. You want my vote, the first question I'm going to ask is, what the hell did you do in 2020? Did you stand up or you stay very quiet? The reason I support the wellness company and why the Grassroots Army is involved with this company right now is because of Dr. McCullough and what he was doing in the beginning. If you remember, he was the guy who was standing up for early treatment with ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and everything else. He was getting canceled. He was getting attacked. And he was standing up against all the hot garbage and the procedure and everything else. So I like to support those types of people. I do, because they're going to put their money where their mouth is. They're going to stand up when it's unpopular to do so. And they're going to take the hits because they believe and know that what they're standing up for is right. And so my money is going to go to folks that do just that. And Dr. McCullough has proven over the past 4 years that he is that guy. So that's why, to get the elephant out of the room, that's why I'm doing business with the wellness company. That's why I bought the medical emergency kit from them and not somewhere else. I've just been following the guy, and I'm a fan of what he's been standing up for. So what we have done is we have created a coupon for all of you. So if you go to the wellness company's website, and all you have to do, it's in the description, but if you're watching right now, all you have to do is type in www.twc, which stands for the wellness company, .health/grassroots. The reason you want to put the grassroots on there is because we have negotiated with them to give us 10% off on whatever you order. Okay, and there's a coupon section in there. And when you go, I'm going to tell you how to get your order. I'm going to talk about what's in here. But when you go there, there's going to be a coupon section, just like every other thing that you buy. And you're going to type in Grassroots. Okay, that's going to give you 10%, which is going to save you $30 off your order of the emergency kit. Now, they have some other kits. They had like the Contagion emergency kit, which has hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin and stuff in it. And my kind of intent with that is, I'm young, I'm in shape, I'm healthy. I don't feel I need to supplement those things. But if you're older and you're immunocompromised, or you're out of shape, you're not the healthiest person, then I would strongly encourage you to add to your prepping material the Contagion emergency kit if you want. I'm just here to provide information. If you want to go somewhere else and buy the stuff, I don't care. But I just want you to know that you can go to this company. It's legit. I've been through the process, and I can put the Grassroots Army stamp of Dr. Garrett Soldano's stamp of approval on this thing. Because antibiotics are critical when you don't have access to them. Because one small cut can fester into an infection, and it can be deadly. It can be deadly to you, can be deadly to your loved ones. So you want to make sure that you have these simple antibiotics in your kit, okay? So when you go to the wellness company, okay, which is twc.health/grassroots. You're going to go there and you're going to get this bad boy. You can even hear it. Okay, this is the emergency kit. And inside is several different antibiotics. And there's also anti-parasitic, antifungal, okay? And what's cool too is it comes with a little book. It tells you what dosage, what you need to take with what, which is huge, right? Because I'm not a medical doctor. I don't know what the hell antibiotic to take with what. That's why I like this little kit, because it's all in there, okay? And here's what I didn't know. I interviewed Peter, who is the CEO of this company. You guys have been following. And we were talking about this kit. I didn't even know they were offering it. That's why I got involved after I talked with them. I was like, holy cow, can we do something with this to get my folks the information? And we talked about shelf life, which you hear about the FDA, that the shelf life on these meds is like 1 to 2 years. And he said, no, like the shelf life is stored properly. You can have 80% of potency up to a decade, okay? Which was good to hear. Because I thought these things would expire after 2 years. You have to keep replenishing. But man, it's stored properly, a decade, 80% potency, which is good to hear. So I bought 2, okay, because I wanted to have enough for my loved ones and family. So when you go there and you put it in your cart, it's going to have a coupon section. You're going to put what? Grassroots to get 10% off. And that's going to save you $30 on your order. And then you're going to check out, pay for it, of course. And then you're going to have to fill out a medical intake form. And in that medical intake form, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're going to go in if you're allergic to any medications, and you're going to tell about your life and what you're exercising and what you eat and stuff like that. That gives the medical personnel that's involved in the company data to let you know if they need to talk to you or if you're healthy enough to be able to have the prescription. I was healthy enough. I didn't have to have a telemed conference. And so they shipped them to me after I filled out my medical intake form. And it took a couple weeks for it to get to my place, but now I have it, okay? That is one essential item that I really feel that you guys all need to put in your go bag, in your prepping material. It's life-saving. It truly is. And so I'm going to talk about more and more of these things that you can add. I'm really excited for Prepper Month. I'm going to have a couple personalities on the platform. I'm trying to get a hold of an author who has 2 best-selling books right now on it. We're going back and forth and see if I can get them on to give you guys the information, because here's like the scary part with this stuff. And I don't want to talk gloom and doom, but if something does happen. Now, back in the 50s, a solar flare came through. And they say these solar flares happen every 100 years. And the solar flare came through, and at that time, we didn't have a lot of technology. We only had the telegraph. And guess what? It burned up the telegraph. They said if that same solar flare came through every 100 years, which it should, it would wipe out the whole world grid. Everything. We're back in the Stone Age overnight in an instant, okay? Which can be very scary and overwhelming. So it's not a matter of if, it's when. Will it happen when we're alive? I don't know, but I'm going to make damn well sure that I'm prepped and I'm prepared, because I don't want to be like, dang, I should have did that, right? Because it's survival time, okay? So that's in the worst case scenario, and a lot of people are like, man, do I even want to live through that? Well, yeah, I think you should, okay? And it's not hard, but you do have to prepare. You have to educate yourself on some things. You need to add some things to your kit. And we're going to talk about these things over the next couple of months of what you can do and where you should get it. And I'm a firm believer in going to where it's the most affordable, but it's quality stuff too, okay? But you need to add these essentials that we're going to talk about to your kit. So make sure that you go in there. If you want to start prepping up, get your emergency kit. But what they're saying in the books that I've read and the people I've listened to and even talked to, 90% of society dies within a month. 90%, because they're not going to have access to the things that they need, like the basic stuff, like food and water. So again, if you start anywhere, if you're like, I just don't want to get the antibiotics right now, Dr. Garrett, that's good. Okay, fine. But hey, why don't you go online and get some dehydrated food and get some, filters for your water and stuff, and having somewhere that you can get water just to get through that first week. But educate yourself, okay? Educate yourself. Stay alert, stay alive. I expect the best. That's just my mentality, but I also prepare for the worst. But we're in this all together, all right? So that's why I'm supporting the wellness company. That's why I'm getting my supplies some of them, through there because of Dr. McCullough and his stance on a lot of things that I agree with. You guys know me by now. I'm not going to get on here unless I know exactly what the truth is, and where I'm going to go to the people I trust. Okay, that's just how we're going to roll. Okay. Any questions on that, you guys can go in the comments. I will read the comments on here and direct people where they need to go and try to answer as many questions on this. But get serious about this stuff, please. Again, when I say those of us who know, there's something going on. We all feel it. We all feel that something's off. We've been feeling this way for a very long time, but it's election year. They're going to try to do everything they can to prevent Donald Trump from winning. We have the mass invasion from the South that's going on. Millions and millions of these folks are strategically placed throughout the country. I think there's going to be an uprising sometime, maybe around the election. I don't know. But you guys, we've been through a lot. For those of you who've been with me for 4 years, I care about you. I met with you. I hugged you. I cried with you. You guys are very important to me. And that's why, as of right now, I don't feel the need to run for office, because I feel, maybe in the future that may open up where I'm needed. But right now, I think I'm needed right now is to educating and inspiring and motivating people to get involved, to being a part of this Grassroots Army, because if the shit ever hits the fan, we're going to have to come together as a movement and clean some things up. All right. So you guys been with me, the people that have been involved with my campaign, who worked tirelessly on my campaign. We're all in this together. So I just wanted to get on here and share my heart with some things and share with what I'm doing with my family and be transparent with all of you. But I encourage you, please just start prepping. Okay. Start prepping and getting serious about some things and having some food and water, some other things that you need. And there's so much information out there. Don't be overwhelmed by it, but just start small, little bites of the elephant, as we say, okay? And over time, it can compound into you feeling pretty secure, and you can lay your head down every single night knowing that you are ready, okay? And if we never use this stuff, awesome, okay? Fantastic. We'll celebrate it as we get our beloved country back, but God forbid if something does happen, we'll be ready, okay? So I just wanted to get on here and clear the air about the rumor, not this cycle. And wanted to give you some information. All right. God bless every single one of you. God bless the state of Michigan, of course, and always. God bless these United States. Until next time.